Okay. Let's see what we're doing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we live? I believe we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the most, Griever, as always. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing on this wonderful Friday of 2023? Have you been enjoying 2023 thus far? That is the real question. Have you been enjoying 2023? So far, I think I've had a pretty good first week. You know, we're almost 7 days into it, and of course, January 1st was my birthday, so you know, big shout out there, turning the big 3-2. Is that even that's not really a milestone? Milestone was like 2 years ago when I turned 30. Other than that, yeah. So we're here, of course, for Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, chapter 73. Now, what do I expect from chapter 73? Well, I'm going to tell you. Go check out my 2023 manga expectations video, first and foremost. But second, I don't think the fight's ending this round. Or this chapter, I mean. This round. I think we've got at least one more chapter. 1 to 2 of actual rounds. Like, if there's a flashback chapter, this chapter, or the chapter in between, then, like, we're clearly going to continue the Beelzebub Hades, what went on between their dynamic. I believe since we haven't actually seen Tesla in his backstory whatsoever, I feel like we need to see that as well, even if it's half a chapter's worth, because there's not a whole lot to it. We really need to get away from the whole Chin debacle problem that was round 7. Double backstories, taking way too long, way too much information, right? Like, can we all agree on that? I mean, that was a bit abysmal. So this chapter, I think about 10 pages worth, about half the chapter or less, dedicates itself to Hades and Beelzebub. Then we jump back to the round, and we actually see they fight for the rest of the chapter. That's my prediction going into the chapter, okay? Yeah, so also, what do you guys think of the new layout? I know there's not a whole lot of people in here, but what do you guys think of the new layout, the new graphics? Not everything, it's not super different. Not everything's changed completely drastically, but I made new graphics, new layouts for 2023 and that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys are enjoying the new. Is it too simplistic? Is it too much? Is it too little? Because I tried to do a little more simplicity. And then jump back and forth, you know what I mean? I tried to do a bit of that. Also, for some reason, I ended up accidentally deleting the timer for pre-stream, and I cannot actually figure out how to get it back easily. I deleted it because apparently it's very specific. There's an easy way to do it, but the way you can choose your font and blah, blah, blah in OBS, and I completely forget how to do it, and I was looking it up, and it didn't look as simple as, oh, just do click, click, done. So I said, you know what, forget it. I don't really need the pre-stream timer. It wasn't working out the way I wanted it to anyways. So basically, when I'm done bullshitting at the beginning of a stream, we'll just jump into the chapter rather than going through the 10-minute stuff. Because sometimes, if there's not a huge chat going, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just sitting here boring myself to death by my, own melody level voice. But let's jump into the chat now that we're speaking about it. And by the way, 5 viewers. 5 of you are in here. But I only see 1 goddamn like. Bump those numbers up, and we might just get right into the chapter. In the meantime, Justin is in here and says, first, hi Justin. He says, my 2023 has been splendid. Fan-fucking-tastic. That's good news. Misk is in here. Sup, Misk? What's up? Not a whole lot. Long work week, and now we're sitting in the driver's seat. Some Shuumatsu no Valkyrie first, and then my review for Jujutsu Kaisen. Joseph's in here and says this chapter is pretty interesting. I think you'll like Hades and Beelzebub's dynamic. Oh, very interesting. Miss says, new everything for the channel is neat. Yeah, I'm trying to do everything new. I'm making new, like some stuff, the first couple of videos, things. I'm still playing around with how I want to make every layout and stuff. So some things might be changing in the next couple of weeks, like just small edits. I like the new design. I like the new simplicity of the layouts. The new thumbnails I'm really enjoying. So the simplicity of the the thumbnail layouts I've been really enjoying for sure. And I like the fact that I've got a graphic behind my little icon up here, wherever it's going to be, right by the live stream thing. I like that I've got a moving visual icon for my streams. That's cool. Miss said, haven't read the chapter yet since I've been at college orientation all day. Oh, right, you're going to college. Congratulations. You're going to have a degree of usefulness, I'm sure. A degree of usefulness that we all share, that we all have. Right. No, seriously, that's really cool. Going to college is a lot of fun. My college days were a little different than a lot of people's because, trade school and stuff. It's different than standard college, going for like an undergrad or a bachelor's or whatever, of art or science or what have you. But I've heard good things. So I'll watch the VOD later. All right, well, cool. Joseph said, I know that Christmas already passed, but I'll still say it. What if Santa Claus was on the roster and fought Mammon, generosity versus greed? Pretty good idea, right? Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of Father Christmas or Saint Nicholas being on. Saint Nicholas is a popular one. A lot of people wanted Vlad. A lot of people want Alexander the Great. But I have heard Saint Nicholas is a rather popular choice when people say, who would you pick? And none that are actually in the series yet, So I've seen that one pop up quite a bit. Caden's in here and says, Sup, Caden, how you doing? And yeah, so without further ado, as I said, we have no timer because I couldn't figure out how to reinstall the plugin or whatever you got to do for a timer. And with this new layout, which I think is pretty slick, I don't really see any good room for it, like where it wouldn't look out of place. So, and honestly, I don't like this picture of Heracles, but it's the only personally, there are so many better pictures, but it's the only one without text across them, and it's the only one where you can see the whole form. You know what I mean? Like everything's either cut off here or cut off there or cut off at the hair. I can't find a good colored just picture from the series of Heracles in just a full body image. So this is one I sort of have to use. It's my best choice. Caden said, technically St. Nicholas was a real person, so it wouldn't make sense for him to be in Record of Ragnarok. Wait, what? Yeah, but he's saying on the human side, St. Nicholas was a real person. And Tesla wasn't? He's not saying for the gods, he's saying Mammon for the god side and Santa Claus or, St. Nicholas for the humanity side. He's a real person. So Caden, are you misunderstanding that, Caden? Or Joseph said, figures I would love to see in Record of Ragnarok would be Vlad. Yeah, everyone says Vlad. H.P. Lovecraft. Everyone. I don't really. I think H.P. Lovecraft had a lot of intricate design, but H.P. Lovecraft for me is just too. I don't know. I'm not the hugest fan. Just not the hugest fan. But a lot of people. Baldwin the Fourth, Hassan Sabah, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was going to be in it, actually. Bruce Lee. That's a good one. Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Shaka Zulu. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? That's not a bad list. That's not a bad little list there. I like that. Some of them I wouldn't pick, but I mean, I'd probably pick Vlad. I'd pick Bruce Lee or Muhammad. Probably Babe Ruth. Yeah, I'd pick them. Kane said would. Autocorrect. All right. So anyways, let's jump right into the chapter while I've got some people here who are interested in hearing my majestic voice and how I'm going to read the chapter. From here on out, we're going to be doing it in this completely authentic voice that I'm putting on right now. Absolutely. Yes. Quite, yes. No, we're not going to do that. So we're back at Hades Castle, which looks, honestly, more like does that not look like Cinderella's castle to anybody? Does that not look like something from, like, Kingdom Hearts? That looks like one of the 7 princesses of Disney's castle to me. But it is a nice-looking castle. Chapter 73, The Heirs of Science. Inject this man with some science. Alright, so let's see. Alright. We got Fish, Boom, Ba, Abidant, and Hades throwing Beelzebub back and laughing about it. Then going forward with his Bidant, strike down, slam. Oh, Beelzebub has been completely destroyed out of the tower, thrown out the... Yeah, okay. Hades was holding back against Jin for some reason. And boom, boom, through tower, against another tower, into the wall, and ouch. And Hades comes down and goes... Let's see, Beelzebub says, cough, you sure are the king of Helheim. So strong. I cannot win. He's like, But with this, I can finally die. Alright, so he's crying because of course that's what he wants. Hades, why do you wish to die so badly? Have you really come all this way just to be killed by me? Beelzebub goes forth and... Let's see. Goes forth and tries to stab himself, and wait a minute, what's happening here? He powers something up and tries to stab himself in the heart, but then something's gripping him. A demonic sort of arm is coming out of his blood and gripping him. If this confirms, once again, that Satan's actually living in his blood, there is a real Satan. It's not just schizophrenia, right? I'll like that. I'll be happy with that. Let's see, and because of the, of course, because of the tattoo, it's growing. Yeah, I cannot die, even if I want to. Yeah, because Lilith, yeah, even if I want to, and it recedes. Even if I deliberately allow someone to kill me, I cannot find death. Alright. This tattoo will not allow me to die, cursing me to suffer until the end of time. Lilith who I killed, she wanted me to live and continue suffering. Well, that's not exactly why she gave you the tattoo. At least that's not the way. Once again, so that's the tattoo at work. Alright, I was hoping it was more an actual visualization of Beelzebub's Satan's a real an actual other being and doing this, but it's the tattoo. Okay, a little disappointing there, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see. He said, which is why I want you to end this. That which she bequeathed me with, this curse. And he's fallen down onto his knees in despair. He says, please kill me. So this is why. Such a fool. I don't know what happened between you and that Lilith or whomever, but even someone like myself can tell what she meant to say. That tattoo is no curse. It's a prayer. Hades, let's go. A prayer, Lilith? She wished for you to continue living, no? Then rather than wishing for death, shouldn't you be asking yourself, how shall I live instead? Hades still the GOAT. Don't care that he lost. That power was bullshit. Power levels are bullshit. Perhaps you should give another thought to what she bequeathed you with. I love you. Live for our sakes too. It's living for Lilith. It's living for Lucifer. Why doesn't he get this? I'm glad that Hades pointed it out because that's just great on Hades' part. But, like, goddamn. If the answer you find is still that you wish to be killed by me, then come back to me when you're in actual fighting shape. I'll be waiting for you. Anytime. Ooh, the man, the myth, the legend, who got done so fucking dirty. This is why round 7 is the worst round. Do not care. Don't care. Hades the boss. Hades the winner. And Chin fucking sucks. Chin might have had a decent fucking backstory. One of the best backstories. But that's where anything good about that man ends. Begins and ends. Hades was the actual GOAT. A prayer? Is that truly what this is? Then, if so, what should I do? Hey, Lilith, Azael, Samael, Lucifer, please, tell me. They want you to live. That's the... Oh, I like that she's like the single heart, separate, but these are the three amigos sort of idea on the other side. That's a nice visualization. Okay. See, I like that. So they're telling you to live for their sakes too. Like, that's the point. So now, how are you going to live? That was some Ririana Kenshin shit. That was that, I am not afraid of Death Master. I can't teach you the final technique. What? Find out what it is you're lacking then. It's like, the power to live is strong, stronger than anything, even one's willingness to die. You have to stay alive. That's the key. That's the key. Haven't you learned by now? That's what you got to do, and that's what Hades is doing. Hades is being the master, is being Hiko Seijuro in that idea. It's like, you fool, coming to die is not the answer. Coming to die is not what they want. You need to stay alive. You need to live for yourself and live for the sake of those who want you to live, and go find your purpose. Go out into the world. Go seek something, but live. Don't look to die. Look to live. Yeah, that's a nice message. Hades got the shit here, guys. And then Hades sits back to his... He's got a bird. That's awesome. And he's playing chess. This man, he's sitting on his throne. He's got a bottle of wine. He's got the bottle, the red wine there, looking like a baller, playing chess against a fucking parakeet. And that parakeet is just like, ooh, this Hades is a crafty motherfucking devil. But I am the parakeet of champions at chess. You cannot defeat me, King of Helheim. Oh no. I will squawk, and I will quack, and I will burn you to the ground. That parakeet is fucking god tier. That parakeet shits on Zeus's head, and Zeus goes, probably deserved it. Don't look it in the eye. That parakeet is some other level shit. That thing is top tier. Alright. So, let's just jump into the chat really quick. I see we got some chat going before we continue. Justice said, the people I want is Jackie Chan. Alright, that'd be cool. Shaka Zulu, another repeater. Robert Oppenheimer. I think they could do something interesting with that. Joan of Arc, another classic. See, they were trying to get away from the Fate series as much as they could. That's why we have no Arthur, no Alexander, no Gilgamesh. They were trying to get away from a lot of the staples in the Fate series, I think, when they made Record of Ragnarok. They're like, we don't want to repeat, so we want to try to, some are going to overlap, of course, but they're trying their best. Off the top of my head, Joseph says, Vlad, Baldwin, Hassan, and Lovecraft, I'd say, have the most potential for awesome characters. Vlad has been done so many times and already been done expertly. I don't know how you would do him where it wouldn't have already been done and then it would feel like a copy. That's just me, but not that I wouldn't like to see him. But Joseph says, has anybody heard of Baldwin the Fourth? The realist Medell says the Lapper King Baldwin. I don't think I've ever heard of Baldwin the Fourth. No, can't say I have. Joseph said he was the king of Jerusalem. Poor bugger. He successfully defended his land from Saladin, all while suffering from leprosy. Oh, good for him. Joseph said, kind of ironic that Hades is telling him to keep living when he's the Lord of the Dead. But he's he's Hades, so he's awesome. Kane said the first emperor himself admitted that he wasn't as strong as Hades. He was just able to pull one over on Hades in the final clash between them. Yeah, but air bubbles, my man. Caden, air bubbles are fucking stupid. What's your solution? Air bubbles! Like, seriously. Air bubbles. We don't get Thor using lightning. We don't get Zeus with a thunderbolt. We don't get Poseidon using fucking a tsunami. But we do get air bubbles. Air bubbles ain't it. Air bubbles are trash. Air bubbles fucking suck. Fuck air bubbles. Joseph said, if you pay close attention, Hades has 3 different outfits, all which he rocks. He's just always in swagger. The man's always swaggering. So I didn't notice. I did not notice. However, I'll probably go back, check it later. That sounds kind of cool. Just to see the differences. I did not notice. Joseph said, also, Griever, what does Kennedy have that Abraham doesn't, and that makes him more worthy of Ragnarok? What does Kennedy have that Abraham doesn't? I don't know. Why? Are people saying JFK over Abraham? See, a reason that would be is that 2 characters that have been done in the last decade or so, the big character that's been done in manga to death is Obama. Obama's been in multiple manga. So you want to steer clear of that. And Abraham Lincoln and George Washington have been done to death as well. They are the popular presidents that even people that aren't from the States have heard about. They're the popular ones. They're the ones always done in fiction. There's even Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. So the reason they want Kennedy is, once again, Record of Ragnarok isn't trying to do the popular vote, is trying to give a little bit of love to ones that are always passed over for people like King Leonidas instead King Arthur, right? Or Alexander the Great, because it's always Hitler and Napoleon and Arthur and Alexander and stuff like that. It's never like I never heard of Lu Bu until I read this series. Just for one example, right? So I think that's the point. If the community is saying that, like, let's go Kennedy over Abraham, I understand. Abraham's in too many works of fiction already. Let's do a different president who was also a good-natured president. You know what I mean? Joseph says, that bird solos. That bird fucking solos. That bird is going to be in round 14, guaranteed. Guaranteed. And humanity ain't got shit on him. Joseph said, yeah, I didn't get why they didn't just use all of the famous Fate characters. Still, I would like this roster could be more diverse and could represent more of humanity, but it's not that much of a problem. See, I don't think so either. I think they're doing the best they can. They still want some popular characters. They're still trying to grab from all the... See, when you're limited to 13, right? And you want everybody to be represented, but at the same time, you don't want to just Google, okay, who's like popular in Brazil and go from there. You know what I mean? Like, you need to do things you're familiar with. One of the key things of writing any story, any setting, any work of fiction, or even real, is write what you know. So if you're a big mythology buff and your biggest takes are Japanese, Norse, and Greek, guess what? You're not exactly going to write about Egyptian and Mesopotamia mythology, now are you? Because you're not as familiar with the tales. You can't use some poetic license and change the story into a good narrative way. So that's why I think it is the way it is. Joseph says, Hassan Sabah was the man who created the Order of Assassins. I'm pretty sure the Assassin's Creed games are based on him. Oh, that's pretty cool. Joseph said, if we are talking about American presidents of Record of Ragnarok, Theodore Roosevelt is the obvious choice. I like Kennedy. Kennedy's a good idea. Theodore Roosevelt is also a very good idea. Well, once again, Obama would be fucking fantastic. I would like Obama. Bill Clinton would just be funny. Bill Clinton would be hilarious. Like, if you were to make a spoof, I'd have Bill Clinton out there just being like the Family Guy iteration of Bill Clinton. Like, wow, you are good. You are really good, you know? Oh, maybe I can get in on this. All right, I'm Bill Clinton. Let's go. Oh, whatever, just do it. You know? We're going to kill you, Bill Clinton. Oh, whatever, just do it, man. But before you do, why don't you and I just sit down, hunker down, have a couple of beer? Let's talk about this. You know, like, I feel like he would talk a god out of fighting and taking the W. Caden said, if a president should be in Record of Ragnarok, it'd be Theodore Roosevelt. He's a professional boxer, and that's the only president to have tattoos. There you go, fair enough. Once again, I think Kennedy's another good option. See, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, done to death. Can't use those. So, Roosevelt, not Nixon. Roosevelt, Jimmy Carter would be kind of funny. But Clinton, Roosevelt and Kennedy are probably the ones to choose. The realist Midel said the people I want is Sinbad. Sinbad would be kind of cool. Blackbeard, cool. Ed Gein, yeah. Hannibal, Napoleon, nah. See, Napoleon's too mainstream. Benkei, I don't know who Benkei is. I think I do. I think I've heard it, but I'm not sure. And Hijikata, don't know that one. Joseph said, well, I once suggested George Washington and Abraham Lincoln to fight in Ragnarok, but you said Kennedy should fight instead of Abraham. I mean, once again, you can argue whoever you want. I'm saying that Record of Ragnarok tried its best to use still popular characters, Jack the Ripper, Adam, and stuff like that, but they didn't choose Jesus, they chose Adam. And they didn't choose, you know what I mean? Like they tried to get away from certain things. They still chose a king. They chose Chin, and they chose Leonidas, but they didn't choose Alexander the Great, and they didn't choose Arthur. Why? Because they're already done so many times. So I have a feeling that the mangaka was still using popular characters. You can't get away from that, but also trying to do some characters that have never been. Joan of Arc's been done to death. King Arthur's been done to death. So they were trying to do different ones. Not saying you have to choose that. You know, you can still have Abraham Lincoln on your team. You can have Vlad on your team. It's your list. It's your and if you can find a cool way to do it, that's fantastic, right? Just said also Zheng Yi Sao, the Chinese queen of the pirates, is someone who I also really want, but there are more famous pirates, and I get that. But see, that would be fun. That'd be cool. I've never heard of that. Her. Caden said the first pharaoh of Egypt would be a good choice. Yeah, sure, because he was the one to unite all of Egypt for the first time. There you go. Good choice, Caden. I like Ramses II. That'd be a good one. See, King Tut's been done to death, but Ramses is a little more obtuse, though once again popular, like Cleopatra, right? Joseph said, but all humans that are on the roster are still interesting, whether they're popular or not. Heck, thanks to the series, more people have learned about Tusky and Simo. Yeah, there you go. Joseph said, in videos on YouTube that talk about their history, I see people referencing Record of Ragnarok. That's fantastic. Kane said, I don't know why you want Ed Gein out of all the serial killers who ever lived. I think I want H.H. Holmes instead. I want the Zodiac Killer. I don't know. Joseph said, I think I would be a great fighter in Ragnarok. Personally, I would destroy Zeus. Justin has dreams of grandeur, everyone, and that or quit amphetamines and sniffing glue this morning. So, anyways, so we caught up with the chat. Let's jump back to the chapter reaction. We were on page 16, talking about the parakeet that could kill all the gods, playing chess while just taking a shit. Like, that parakeet is not scared at all. And let's see what we got here. Beelzebub coming up, or somebody else. It's been a while, Beelzebub. Have you come to be killed by me again? Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. No. All right, let's go. Ho. So you've given up on death? No. Oh, interesting. As I thought, I must die. However, a death that one like you... Wait, a death that one like you can give will not do. What? Is this going to be the Alucard thing? Is this going to be only a man can kill a monster? A monster cannot kill a monster? Are they going to really take the Helsing line? A death that one like you can give will not do. What? I thought long and hard, and I had a realization. I must continue to live. Bitterly, wretchedly, repulsively, savagely. This is not what your friends wanted, but okay. So that I will then die as horrifically as possible. And then that shall be my atonement for them. That is what I have decided. So you want to live as a bitter, wretched, repulsive savage, so that one day someone will either come to hate you so much or do something so much that will be your atonement, that you live a terrible fucking life for as long as it takes for someone to kill you because you're such a shitty piece of shit. That's dark. Hades is surprised. That's not a very good panel of Hades. That's a weird panel. He looked like he aged like 50. Those eyes are wrong. Somebody fix that panel. That just looks weird. And then Hades. What's Hades' reaction going to be? I want to see what Hades says first. Starts laughing his ass off, of course. Who's winning the chess game? Let's see. Pawn to there. Okay, the knight can take the bishop, so in the next turn. Unless that was the parakeet. The parakeet was moving, so might have been the parakeet's turn. I don't know. That seems like a pretty close game so far. To the bitter end, you've become such a bothersome fellow. But still, I like the sound of that. Let's see. He rustles in and take this. Oh, throws him a skull. Boom. Oh, he gave him, so he didn't take the skull staff from Hades. Hades actually gave him the staff initially. I was holding on to this if we ever met again. The staff of Apomnius. It suits you and your particular abilities. Now that you've got that, you won't be going down easily, no? Alright, that's a nice sexy panel. That's a sexy panel. Don't fret. I'll see to it that your continued suffering and your savage demise. Why? Why do you have any concern for what happens to me? And he takes a drink of wine. I have some younger brothers who are quite bothersome as well. And just as I was thinking about how I miss those brothers, a most interesting fellow wandered into my midst. I see. So he thinks of him like a little brother he's got to take care of. He's got to teach. You are quite the bothersome god yourself, Hades. Me? How so? Alright, so this is an interesting dynamic. I'll give you that. I don't really like Beelzebub. Like, it felt like Hades was making him come to try to realize something like that you're not evil. Like the idea is to continue living for them, live life to its fullest, drink and eat and party as much as you want, fulfill indulgences and stuff because you are living for so many people, the people you've killed who loved you, and they don't want you to live like this. And so I sort of don't like, I don't like that. Not Beelzebub reached this conclusion, and I'm not a hugest fan of that, but it's okay. The fact that Hades goes along with it sort of stabs a little deeper. It's like, well, wait a minute now. If he came to this conclusion and Hades said, still a fool, you don't understand at all anything, do you? Or something like that. He said, well, fine, and then hands him the stuff. I'd be like, okay. Hades is like, well, it's in one ear out the other with kids these days. Fucking brats don't fucking listen to their elders, even though they know better, you know? Fucking hooligans, you know? I would be happier about Beelzebub's conclusion because Hades... But then again, you can sort of remark that Hades isn't exactly saying that was a good idea or a bad idea. He's just saying, well, if that's what you've come to, you're kind of bothersome. So he's sort of letting him live his own life. He's not telling him what to do or how to live. So I guess it still works, but it's like, I don't know. It's like Beelzebub is choosing to be emo because, God forbid, he goes out for a beer and watches a football game. Like, for God's sakes, you know? Like, I don't know. But anyways, let's jump into it. And we have 7 people in here and only 6 lights. Like, yeah, let's even up those numbers, people. Let's even up those numbers. It's a stream, after all. It's a Friday stream. Alright, so let's see. Oh, we're back to the fight. Alright. Hades, this is all your fault. Huh? Alright, now he's blaming him. Because of you. And your bothersome personality. Oh, because of the staff? Is that his thing? Because he told him to live and then he gave him the staff and all this? Slam. Tesla's still fighting. I have become an even more bothersome fellow. Even though I've wished for death this whole time. Right now. And then... Oh, he retracts the staff. I'll be waiting for you anytime, says Hades. Oh, is he pissed that he's dead? Right now. Humanity needs to be annihilated. Okay, so... Oh, oh, shit. So, Beelzebub... Yeah, okay. So, Beelzebub, the adopted little brother, is... He hates that Hades shouldn't have lost. Like... So... From a narrative perspective, having Hades lose in round 7 does a lot, not only for other characters, it does a lot for Beelzebub as a character. That's fine and fair. But why the fucking air bubbles? Like, see, Hades should have had a match that was as good or better than Adam versus Zeus. If Hades was just going to go all out and be a physical fighter, we needed Hades versus King Leonidas. We needed Hades versus Adam. We didn't need this fucking Chinese little prick who wears a blindfold for kicks to fucking come out with this fucking ninjutsu air bubble bullshit. And then also forget all the fact that none of that shit can work the way it was working because he's supposed to take the injury and take the pain and blah blah blah, and just reasons that isn't happening at certain intervals. Like, so yeah, even though narratively Hades dying works for Beelzebub as a character, it's not a good enough reason to have Hades die like such a bitch against such a loser. So let's see. So he grabs the skull, shining, the eyes are shining, and he's drawing in darkness all around him. What the hell is that Beelzebub doing now? Zeus. Zeus is sweating. Surely he's not. That technique was branded as taboo in Helheim. Are you going to show me something good again? Says Tesla as he goes forth. Zeus knows what it is. And slam, and here's it didn't do anything. And the skull is resonating. There's like a circle, and then there's like crashing, boom, 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 out. Two forces trying to meet. The moment that Baal meets Zabel, and he's going to crush the skull or unite it, he's taking in all the energy, a false god is born. What an awful sound, says Skull. What is that horrible sinking feeling I'm getting? Haha, says Tesla, this certainly seems bad. And the promised land is swallowed up, according to the legend of the Canaanites. Canaanites? Not sure. Zeus, stop! Beelzebub! Oh, Zeus, this is... Alright, so Hades gave him this fucking staff. It's all on your brother, man. Original sin of the underworld. Number 0. Chaos. Boom. Looks like a black hole to me. Okay, holy shit. Looks like a black hole to me. Oh shit, that's the end of it. So the original sin was, you need chaos and balance. We're doing the Fire Emblem thing. You need balance to have chaos, but you also need chaos, not just balance. You need to have both in harmony. But the original sin of the underworld, number 0, is chaos. Oh shit, is this... You know what? You know what would be cool? This is the end of Ragnarok. Remember, Odin told Beelzebub, don't fuck with Ragnarok. And Beelzebub just grinned and stuff because he didn't get... The reason he doesn't care now, so all you people can shut the fuck up about that scenario. Everyone was like, oh, Odin's a bitch. No. Beelzebub's so much more powerful or something. No, Beelzebub doesn't care if Odin kills him because he wants to die. So he doesn't mind pissing off Odin because he's like, well, if Odin can kill me, fan-fucking-tastic. So, it'd be interesting if this... Because I've always said that Ragnarok was not going to get to the 13th round. I've always said that Record of Ragnarok is probably at some point in the later half. I didn't think it'd be this soon, so maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit. But I always thought by like round 11... something would happen and it'd be an all-out war between humanity, gods. Gods would be on the humanity side. Some humans might be on the god's side. Who knows? There'd be this all-out fucking, like, chaos, so to speak. And we'd get to see returning characters fight again and that kind of stuff. I just thought it'd be really cool. I just don't think this manga is literally going to continue the whole tournament, no hiccups, and round 13, and that's the end of it, and everybody goes home. Like, I just don't see it. So maybe this is the beginning of us shaking up the mixture. Maybe. Who the hell knows? But he instantly created a black hole throughout the entire arena by the looks of it. Seemingly just where they're fighting, just the two of them. So I'm curious as what that's going to do. But anyways, that's the, I guess that's the end of the chapter. Let's check back in with the chat. Let's see what the chat is saying. Let's see. So, Realist Medell said, we should have gotten an Aztec god in the roster. That would have been cool. Or like Raw. Raw would have been cool. Kane said, I hear you, bro, but he'll pull that BS he did with Adam with you. He should have died when Adam twisted his head 360. I mean, yeah, that's true. Justin said, live a horrid life and die of horrid death as payment. I mean, but that's not what they wanted. You need to... So he's basically pissing... He killed his friends. They still loved him. Knew it wasn't his fault for whatever reason. I guess he's just a schizophrenic, and his other personality's a bloodlusty Satan. And he is basically... They're saying, we forgive you. Live for our sakes too. Don't live like this emo fucking horrid asshole. Live like Lilith did. Live like Lucifer did. Live like Azrael did. Live like... your friends did. Live for them. They wouldn't live like this, so why are you? That's pissing on their graves. That's like, you're not even respecting your friends' wishes or the fact that you're their murderer. They forgave you and said, live for us. And you're like, no, I'm going to be emo fucking teenager. Like, I don't know, man. That's the way it's rubbing me, and that's not good. That's not nice. That's not... I understand being in the depths of despair. I get it, but... Like, Hades already gave him the wake-up call he needed, and that's the fucking conclusion he reached? That is literally pissing on the graves of his 4 friends. Just saying. Joseph said, I think he means atonement for his friends because he's the one that killed them. Yeah, but once again, that's not what they wanted, so, I don't know. He's looking to atone when Hades already pointed out they wanted you to live. So, why don't you actually live a life? You know? And you can spend your atonement, like, you know what happens to, like, usually the characters that seek atonement, they're like, oh, it's the gunslinger turned priest. And they try to save souls now. Instead of taking lives, they try to save lives. You know what I mean? Ironically, he was in the priest robes when we first met him, so, But instead, he's trying to live a hard life. Instead of trying to save people or trying to, I don't know, continue, like, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Joseph said, I called it. I knew that Hades might have been the one that gave the Skull Cane to Beelzebub. I mean, there you go. Congratulations. It is cool that it's not the similar cane that Hades was walking around with. He actually gave him the cane. Not before the match, but literally, we can assume years ago. Joseph said, you know, Hades says that he cares for his 3 brothers, but I still want to know what he thought about Poseidon killing Adamus. Yeah, that is a good point. I am curious about that. If he was in the room, he'd barely be like, no, thank you. Let's see. Kane said, I personally think Hades is stronger than Zeus, than Record of Ragnarok, off the fact that Hades soloed all the Titans and Zeus had help with the Giants. No, I agree. This is why I hate Round 7. Round 7 is the worst round, because Hades was shown to literally, so far, arguable, but definitely one of the strongest gods we've seen at the very least, if not the strongest god we've seen. And he loses to arguably one of the weaker human fighters with some bullshit techniques. And inconsistent eye powers. So, I don't know. That's why I don't like it. Joseph said, I think Hades really respects Beelzebub above enough to not intrude on what is decided. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like, but I would have liked more of that being like, clearly you haven't heard a word I said. Well, I've done all I can do. Like, him literally saying it out loud, like, that's not the way I wanted you to take my advice, you know? So, but apparently, whatever. Oh, wife's taking a shower, I guess. Heard the water turn on. That, or I have an axe murderer in the house who first said, let me take a shower first before I whack this Record of Ragnarok streamer. Let's see. Kane said Beelzebub is one of those people that is stuck in the depression and can't see the goodness around him, only the negatives, so that's why he thinks that way. Which, once again, yeah. So even though I don't like, even with the wake-up calls that people have constantly given him, Lucifer, Azrael, and Samael did it. And then Lilith did it. And now Hades does it, and this fucker refuses to not be emo. And it's kind of getting a little old for me. It's like, how many meaningful, life-changing conversations and moments does this guy need to pull his head out of his ass, right? Like, it's sort of like the whole, how many times do you offer the hand and get it spit on before you stop putting your hand out to help, right? Like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, right? So, it's one of those. For me, at least. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. But, yeah. I mean, once again, it's not wrong for his character to think the way he did and reach that conclusion. I just wish I had had more of a Hades, like, almost disapprove or just be like, all right, well, maybe you'll have to learn the lesson of the hard way or something like that. Like an acknowledgement that that is not what Hades intended. Let's see. And regardless of Hades' opinions on it in his life. Yeah, I know, but he's got his own thoughts on it, I'm sure. Ken said Beelzebub, one of those people. Justice said, I like Hades versus Chin as a concept. As a concept, sure. But the entire round is trash. As they're both important rulers within relation to the dead and the death. Chin wanting to be immortal and Hades ruling the underworld. They just didn't use any of it. No, that's true. Just said the wasted potential of Chin versus Hades is a problem. It is a huge problem. Not the only problem, but there's many. Realist Medell said, I expect Chin to some kind of poison ability when I saw his two claw fingers. Me too. That would have been cooler. Realist said, forgot to put it in. That's no problem. Justice said, chaos, the concept of the Greek Titan chaos. Maybe that one. Maybe. It is Greek mythology. They're going to unleash chaos, one of the Titans. That would make... But no, Hades actually killed all the Titans. So the original sin was chaos. I mean, chaos, you could have Gaia. I don't know. Maybe when Hades killed them, he locked them away in some way. Like the Tartarus idea, right? Let's see. Joseph said the two force clashing is the defense and offensive abilities of Beelzebub vibration ability. That's what it is. Yes, of course. Realist Manel said domain expansion. I mean, it's sort of like domain expansion. I mean, it's, he put his hands together against the skull in a, I guess, unique way. And then he basically went, original sin, chaos, boom. And then we have a black hole orb surrounding the battlefield. So, at first, it kind of reminded me of Tozen's Bonkai. More so at first. That's what it reminded me of. Kane said, Chin did get the fatal injury. Hades you can see it marks his body when Hades died, but for some reason it didn't kill Chin. But he did get the injury. No. I'm talking about the injury before that. There is an inconsistency. If you actually go back and read all the panels, there is an injury that he gets that Chin never gets. There is one. I'm sure of it. At the time, everyone was pointing it out at the time, and I'm pretty sure they're right. I'll actually go back and read it myself, not on the stream, of course, but I'll go back. I'm pretty sure there is an injury that he gets that Chin never gets. Yeah. But some reason it didn't kill Chin. Yeah, I don't get that one. He got the injury. Okay. Just said domain expansion chaos. Yeah. Realist Medell said, Adamus is going to find Chin and then they'll have a moment where he is going to kill him, but will stop because of some dumb thing about Hades wouldn't want this or something. I really hope not. You're probably right, Medell, but I really hope not. Joseph said, so wait, if Ragnarok ends now, doesn't that mean we won't see any of the fighters that haven't been revealed or learn what they do? No. We're going to see them all. It's just there's going to be no rounds, and it's going to be an all-out war. We're going to have fucking fighters having duels just in the streets and all this stuff and turn heaven upside. Remember, Ragnarok is literally the end of the world, the end of everything and stuff, and the end of Asgard and all this crazy shit, right? So the idea is that it's chaos. It's literal, like, it's all-out war and destruction. So having a fight in a ring isn't going to destroy the heavens. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Caden said, this reminds me of Keto from Bleach. A little bit. Joseph said, what if other fighters had domain expansion? Okay, so Adams would be the Garden of Eden, yeah. Lubu would be a battlefield, yeah. Chen would be the Jade Palace, of course. Buddha, I don't know, one of the Buddhist realms? Probably. Or that tree he's underneath. Joseph said, won't the mangaka still have a way to show off all the fighters? Because wouldn't that be a bad decision to reveal fighters in like the third chapter and never show them at all? Oh, no. They'd all be revealed, but then that's how we're going to reveal it. It's like, who knows? It's going to be every man for himself. It's going to be a war between the gods and the humanity at this point, and it's going to be like everyone having fights at the same time. Think like Thousand Year Blood War arc, or fucking pick an arc in Toriko, or you know what I mean? Or like a manga like Kingdom. Think like just an all-out fucking battlefield. Kane said, okay, if Hades gave him the cane before all this started, why did Hades have the cane when he was first introduced to the story? I'm just confused on that. Once again, that might have been a different cane. He might have just had a skull cane that looked cool. You know, but he actually gave Beelzebub the cane. Joseph said, I would be so disappointed if we never got to see Rasputin, Anubis, or any of the others. Once again, Joseph, that's not what I'm saying. We're going to see everybody. It's just going to be different. By the way, 9 viewers in here and only 6 likes. Bump those numbers up. We finished chapter 73. I think it's a pretty good chapter. Very hype on the conclusion before we catch up with the rest of the chat. Super hype on the conclusion. Like, I have no idea what the next chapter is going to hold. Is this like Tozen's Bankai and the end of the round is not going to be seen by anybody and just somebody's going to come out the victor when the veil falls down? Or is this the start of fuck the round? This could be huge. Like I'm implying. Maybe I'm jumping the gun, and I probably am, but really fucking cool. Joseph said, in Greek mythology, chaos wasn't a titan. It was a primordial. Yeah, a prime dial. Like, it's not prime dial. It's primordial. Anyway, I suck at pronunciation. Yeah. Chaos was beyond that. Yeah, so that'd be interesting. Judge said, even if he fought Chaos, if this is anything like real Greek mythology, Hades can't kill Chaos. Not a chance. Well, once again, it's a Titan. And Chaos wasn't a Titan. Though, if I remember correctly, is the void state before the universe. It's like before the Big Bang, the void, so to speak. So it's not even a Titan, and it's used in a lot of So yeah, Hades beat Titans, not the beginnings. So Hades can't kill Chaos, not a chance. Well, he never did. Cain said Chaos is the strongest entity in Greek mythology. Everything originates from Chaos. Yeah, well that's a lot of most religions have that idea that before there was nothing, there was something. Before the nothing, there was still something there. A lot of people do that. Kane said, Chaos, yeah. Tenryo's in here. Hello, Tenryo. Says, this chapter elevated Hades and Beelzebub big time for me. Definitely Hades. Beelzebub sort of a little bit like this. Like, yeah, he's pretty cool. Like, Beelzebub's stocks have gone up from me despising him up to, okay, he's not a bad character. But this chapter didn't really do much for me on him. I'm not flatlined with him, but it's like my heart's not racing. Hades, fantastic, and the bird of chaos, the parakeet himself, Hades fucking parakeet. That thing is soloing chaos. I don't give a fuck. Chaos shows up, and that parakeet goes, "You gonna interrupt my chess match with Hades?" And Chaos like, whoa. Sorry. Tenero said, Hades gets more characterization. Indeed, and Beelzebub is given an understandable motivation for what he does. Fair. Kane said, Chaos gave birth to the original primordials, like Gaia, Tartarus, etc. Isn't Atlas one? Yeah. Joseph said, well, I guess it would be cool to see that all-out war between all those 5 fighters in the arena, just as long as we get some cool powers and designs. Yeah. Kane said, now that you brought up Chaos, do you think Chaos would show up in Record of Ragnarok since it's literally one of the oldest entities in existence? It's probably the strongest, too. Then we're going nuts, and then there's still going to be so many fucking salty-ass people that Shiva didn't, destroy everything because Shiva's been downplayed in Record of Ragnarok, as per what the Hindus say is he's everything and he's nothing and he all at once and I am God and I am the truth, right? So you're just going to piss off a lot of people if you have something so far above all the gods and human fighters we've seen, and Shiva's not one of them. You're just going to piss off the Hindu community all over again. Joseph said, has the bird become the new salt frog? Maybe. I think Hades Parakeet, that clearly can play chess against the king of Helheim himself, deserves to be power ranked. Oh, trust me. We're doing a record of Ragnarok. Record of Ragnarok power scaling stream. I promise you guys that. I promise you. Maybe not a stream. Definitely a video. We'll be doing one for this year. We'll be doing one probably at the end of the round, sometime during round 9 when the next round begins, if there even is a round. But after this fight's concluded, then we'll probably look at doing a power scaling video as it currently stands, and we'll talk about the different things and stuff. Probably a video, not a stream, but you never know. Realist Mendelson, in Aztec myth, the world was made of a primordial crocodile monster, which the god made the world after it was killed, but it wasn't dead, and sacrifices were needed to keep it from eating everything. Isn't that like the Jorgenmender, the giant serpent? Didn't he eat the world? He eats worlds or whatever, the world eater. Isn't that the world snake? The world snake. Isn't that what they call it? Yeah, Jormungandr or whatever. Known as the Mygrid serpent or world serpent, is a large sea serpent or worm who dwells in the world sea, encircling the earth, biting his own tail like an Ouroboros. Yeah, as a result of it, it is referred to as a world serpent. When it releases its tail, Ragnarok, the final battle of the world, will begin. So there you go. Huh. Apparently Thor is supposed to fight him to the death, but anyways... yeah, so a crocodile monster. That'd be kind of cool, too, a crocodile monster. Yeah, so... Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think? Because I definitely still have to do a few things today, and checking and see when the wife wants to order some supper. We're having pizza in Donair. For those of you who don't know, Donair, Halifax, born and raised right here. Fucking Nova Scotia delicacy. No, it's not a gyro or a gyro or whatever they call it. We made it. We made it. We own it. We love it. We learn it. You love it. Boom. But yeah, we're going to have pizza and donairs and stuff like that. So, going to be a nice Friday night just ordering some takeout food, right? So yeah. So, before I get into doing my Jujutsu Kaisen review, I'm definitely going to go see what she's up to, see when she wants to eat. But thank you guys so much for watching. Chapter 73. I hope you guys, once again, hope everyone likes the new layout. You know, Trying to do new things with the thumbnails. You know, it's a new year, new channel. Let's revamp the channel. Let's double subscribers by the end of the year. I want 1,800 subscribers by the end of the year. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for 5,000. I'm not asking for 10,000. I'm looking to get. I'm not even asking to get to 2,000. I'm just asking to double our current numbers. First week of 2023, I got 12 months to get 900 subscribers. Let's fucking go. And that's why I'm revamping everything. Revamping intros, revamping layouts, revamping the way I do things. So I hope you guys enjoy the new way of doing things here. And yeah. So like, comment, and subscribe, of course. And we will be back with definitely more content. Stay forward and look forward to... Look forward to the Jujutsu Kaisen review. It will be out sometime tonight. I still have to record it, but I have read the chapter. Caden said, who do you think is going to win this round? Still want it to be Tesla. I don't change my bets. I don't change my bets when I bet on somebody. So I bet on Tesla at the beginning of this round. And even if I think that Beelzebub might win this round, I'm still going to hold to Tesla. I'm still holding out for Tesla here. Yeah, I'm still holding out for Tesla just because that's the bet I made. It's my bed. Got to sleep in it. You know, the casino doesn't let you change bets just because you're losing. So that's the way it works. Joe said, I said it once and I'll say it again. The round has real superpowers. I mean, it is nice to see. It's very nice to see. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys back here next time. Plug my streams, you know, wherever you go, because self-promotion just doesn't look as pretty, as hot. But if you're on Reddits, if you're on Discords, if you're on wherever you guys go, whatever forums, definitely share my content with others, because when it comes from somebody else, it just looks like I'm doing something cool. So definitely I am not above asking you guys to promote my shit. So if you feel the need to, if you're somewhere where my content's not known, you know, you have a few fans of the series or any series I cover, let them know about my channel. Let's hit that goal mark for 2023. Anyways, thanks guys so much for watching. See you back here next time. Chapter 73, I think, was pretty fucking solid. Pretty fucking good. Great ending. Great beginning with the flashback with Hades and stuff. Hades is still the GOAT. And we'll see you guys back here next time for Chapter 74. I can't wait for it. It's been a long stint between the last few chapters, so I don't know when we're going to get Chapter 74. We might wait over a month, but hopefully it's not that long. But we'll have to wait and see. So, anyways, toodles.